I'm Deepak Chopra and you're watching One World with Deepak Chopra, and this program is being brought to you from Deepak home base in New York City. Today my very special guest is Bruce Poon, correct?
Correct, yes.
I pronounced it correctly. Huh?
You did indeed.
So what's that, where does that name come from? Which part of the world?
Originally Chinese, but
Nice.
I'm from Trinidad in the Caribbean, and my parents were born in Trinidad, but my grandparents many years ago.
Trinidad has a very interesting culture. Chinese, Indians.
It does, yeah.
Africans, Europeans, everybody's there, huh?
Yeah, yeah, it's a true melting pot.
Yeah.
And my grandparents came many years ago from China.
So Bruce's business, his business is adventure, right? In a
Yes.
sense?
Yeah, adventure and travel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to think it's a little more than that, but yes,
Okay.
that's what the heart of what
So
we do.
what's it called?
It's G Adventures.
G Adventures. How long have you had it?
23 years this year.
Oh my God, how
I
old
know.
are you?
I'm 46.
Oh, you don't look it. You look
Yeah.
very young.
Yeah, well, it's keeping me young.
Okay. So 20 years, how did you start it?
Well, I started back in 1990, and it was a very different time back then. I started it on a couple of credit cards was the idea. But I was 23, and people researched travel very differently back then. There was no Google, there wasn't even fax machines commonly used yet. So people weren't familiar with the rest of the world, didn't know the world as we do today, because there wasn't so much information at people's fingertips. And people used to just get a guidebook and go when they wanted to travel. And so, I had a dream of showing people the world in a very innovative way, in a very different way. And but it was before people had their own impressions of what the world was, and our goal was to show people the world. But people now know what the world looks like, and now we have to create a brand promise around our experiences to entice them to want to travel for other reasons.
So has this new kind of internet access influenced your business in any way? Has it affected your business for the better, for the worse?
Well, it's allowed us to become, we're a global company now. We're people from 160 countries booked trips with us in the last year. So that's been a good side of it. I think how we deliver our product, though, has changed. And I think when the internet first came on, it gave people so much information. It allowed people to be able to book, holidays or trips anywhere. But it also, with our customers before, it took away an element of surprise, because people can research hotels before they get there. They can research local operators before they get there. They can read about every city and every town before they get there.
And they have so many expectations, then
Yes.
bigger disappointments if you don't meet their expectations.
Yeah, your business changes completely because you're trying to meet expectations,
Yeah.
as opposed to delivering elements of surprise all the time.
Yeah.
And but social media, though, in the last 10 years has given us tools to create an intimate relationship with our customers. It's also very different. So the travel industry has just really evolved in the last 20 years.
Where are you based, Bruce?
Well, we have 4 head offices, but I'm mainly based in Toronto, but we have offices in London and Melbourne and here in Providence, Rhode Island.
So how are you different? What's different about your travel agency? It's a travel agency, basically.
Tour
Travel
operators.
business? Tour operators.
Because we sell to travel agents, right?
Okay.
And that's the secret of why I wrote the book, Looptail, was because...
So what's it called?
Looptail.
Loop Tail.
Yeah. So Looptail is the story of how, no industry is older than the travel industry. It's going back to the early explorers when people's desire to travel. And I guess what's interesting about the story is that, a travel company out of Toronto was able to transcend and become a national brand just by creating a brand promise and creating a relationship with customers and creating a purpose-driven business model that has allowed us to export travel. So the magic of what we do is why someone in Germany will book an African safari with a North American company.